You know how sometimes you're scrolling through your feed and you stumble on drama so juicy you almost drop your phone? Yep, that's what the WNBA feels like right now. What was supposed to be a feel-good history-making season has turned into something else entirely. And at the center of all this noise is none other than Clarke, the rookie who came into the league with a bang, but now finds herself limping through controversy. Literally, from missed ref calls to suspension and firing. Let's find out how this whole mess started, shall we? For those who are late to the party, here's a little backstory for you. So, Caitlin came into the league riding the highest wave you can think of. I mean, breaking NCAA scoring records, bringing in huge crowds, and injecting new life into the league. People who had never watched a WNBA game before were suddenly buying tickets and tuning in. The Clarke effect was very real. But with all that attention came pressure. And with pressure came some not-so-friendly welcomes on the court. Something poor Caitlin had to learn the hard way. From the jump, she was getting knocked around. And if you're thinking it's your regular type of basketball roughness, newsflash, it isn't. I'm talking shoulder checks, elbows, and hard fouls that barely got whistles. Week after week, fans were screaming for officials to step in. But most of the time, they just let it slide. Unfortunately, it didn't take long before fans started whispering that Clarke was being targeted. And honestly, you can't blame them. Now, things really blew up when she suffered a left quad strain during a game against the New York Liberty. Just like that, she was out for 2 weeks. And it wasn't just bad luck. Word got around that this injury wasn't some fluke. It was the result of repeated unchecked hits during games. Now, we know what happens when fans get too suspicious of a game's nature. That's right, videos. Videos started floating online, showing her getting shoved without consequences. Fans and analysts were fuming, and they weren't even trying to be polite about it anymore. To them, these refs had become nothing but passive and negligent. To make it worse, Clarke has never been the type to stay quiet. Even from the bench, you could catch the star guard side-eyeing the refs or standing up mid-play to question a call. One time, her teammate Sophie Cunningham joined her in chasing down a ref after another controversial no-call. But guess what the ref did? Yep, ignored. Just kept walking away like nothing happened. And as usual, ever-ready fans soon had that clip flying all over social media. But if you think that Caitlin was pissed at the refs, her coach, Stephanie White's outrage was through the roof. Poor Stephanie added more fuel to the fire. She didn't hold back after games, calling out the officiating and how it was putting her players in danger.
I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games.
When you consider it deeply, you'll agree that she was anything but wrong. No coach is going to stand by and watch as her players are getting fried on the court, right? So, yeah, she was justified in her outburst. But the big guys weren't so considerate. The WNBA league didn't appreciate that too much and slapped her with sanctions. But did her shake her? Not one bit. Stephanie stood by her words because according to her, enough was enough. Meanwhile, social media had gone into full detective mode at this point. Oh, every missed call, every hard hit Clarke took, every time a ref seemed to shrug off a clear foul, every single one got clipped, reposted, and dissected. Hashtags calling for justice popped up everywhere. Before you could say Jack Robinson, the entire fiasco had become more than just sports talk. This was about fairness, about safety, about whether the league protects its own. Now here's where it gets wild. Rumors have been spreading like wildfire, and if they're anything to go by, then it seems the league didn't just fire a referee, but suspended the commissioner. Yes, the actual head of the WNBA, Cathy Engelbert. Words on the street have it that she had been ignoring the mountain of complaints from players, coaches, and fans. And when new footage surfaced, and it was obvious things had gone too far, it seemed they finally acted. The referee who failed to call the plays that led to Clarke's injury? Gone. Fired. Just like that. Turns out, that wasn't the only move raising eyebrows. Reports claim league officials met behind closed doors for hours before the announcement dropped, and some sources say the atmosphere was tense. Apparently, a few team owners were pushing for a broader investigation, while others were more focused on damage control. Whatever the truth is, one thing's clear: this wasn't business as usual. The suddenness of it all has everyone questioning how long this decision was really in the works and if someone was trying to beat a scandal to the punch. To be honest, this kind of move is quite unheard of. Expectedly, it sent shockwaves through the league. Some people think Kathy Engelbert was made the fall person like they needed someone high up to take the heat. Others say she should have stepped up way sooner. What do you think, though? Leave your opinion on who should have taken the fall in the comments below. Either way, it might be a clear sign that the WNBA can no longer pretend everything was fine. Meanwhile, players are speaking up louder than ever, and fans aren't letting this one slide. Hashtags are trending, old footage is being reanalyzed frame by frame, and even casual viewers are turning into full-blown investigators. It's turning into a movement, one that's forcing the league to confront problems it's long swept under the rug. Whether this leads to real change or fades into the background depends on what happens next. But for now, the pressure is very, very real. So why all this now? Well, there's only one reasonable answer, and it's that the league is blowing up now more than ever. Thanks to Clarke and some of the other new stars, the WNBA is becoming more popular than it's ever been. But hey, with new eyes come new expectations, isn't it? People tuning in want to see talent, sure, but they also expect professionalism. They want a fair game. They want players to be protected. And right now, a lot of those new fans are seeing chaos. Therefore, it's not just about Caitlin anymore. This whole situation has exposed something bigger. The officiating isn't just inconsistent, it's borderline dangerous. And when that happens, the entire credibility of the sport is on the line. Of course, no one wants to invest in a game that feels rigged or unfair. And if fans start walking away, it'll hurt all the players, not just Clarke. By the way, other players and coaches have started speaking up too. In her way, Stephanie White has become a voice for reform, demanding better standards and calling out what she sees as a broken system. Clarke, even while injured, keeps speaking her mind. Her boldness is part of what makes her a fan favorite, but it also shows just how fed up players are. And the fans? Well, they're certainly not going anywhere. They are loud, they are watching, and they are holding receipts, TikToks, tweets, memes, deep dives into referee histories. It's all happening. The pressure is real, and the league can feel it. So what's next? First, the WNBA is going to need to clean house when it comes to its officiating. Fans and insiders are calling for better referee training, actual accountability, and clear rules about how players should be protected. There's a lot of talk about revamping the entire system and making sure no one else gets hurt, because a ref missed the memo. There's also a bigger conversation happening now about how women in sports are treated. Clarke is undeniably a star, but she's also a rookie. Some think she's getting the rough treatment as a sort of initiation. But fans are saying enough already. This isn't about proving toughness. This is about keeping athletes safe and letting them shine. And while the commissioner may be temporarily out of a job and refs are being shown the door, fans are waiting to see if this is the start of something real. Will the WNBA learn from this and come out stronger? Or will they keep pretending the house isn't on fire? One thing is certain. Caitlin Clarke didn't come all this way to sit quietly and play nice. And neither did the fans who showed up for her. The spotlight is on, and the league can either fix the mess or risk letting everything they've built slip through their fingers. So there you have it. The superstar, the injury, the fired reference. It started with one player, but now it's about the entire league. And whether you're a day one fan or you just started watching because of Caitlin, you can't ignore that something big is happening in the WNBA. And it's not over yet. Anyway, that's it on today's video. What do you think of this whole drama? We want to hear from you, so please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss what comes next. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.